days a week, 365 days a year. We don't make excuses. We just give out picks every single day. I have my biggest Major League Baseball premium card of the year today. I love today's card. I could have easily done every single game. That's how much I love today's card. But, of course, got NBA playoffs in full swing. I believe there's NHL today. And see how that is. 4 games in the NHL. So we've got a full slate, so we're not going to waste a lot of time today. We're going to get right into the action. Of course, the Pga Championship also going, and got to say, it's tough not to root for Phil Mickelson here to bring it home, but we know what Lefty does. He plays the same style that I do, except, of course, at a much higher level, but plays the exact same style that I do, which is super aggressive. So usually it's not really the type of guy who's not going to hit a 5-iron in and lay it up and hit a little wedge, you know. So he's within strike range. He's going to take out the 3-wood and take a good rip at it. Which, hey, you know, that's his game, and he doesn't apologize for it. You got to respect it. That's what he said at the U.S. Open when he blew that lead. You know, taking an aggressive shot, and when all he really had to do was lay up. So that's my game. I'm not going to sit here and apologize for it. Certainly has done me okay so far. But I hope Phil brings it home. I mean,
me too.
I hope so too.
But this is not, you know, generally this position that he's in is generally not one that's been favorable to him. Generally, when he wins, it's from off the pace and being aggressive. Like when he won the British Open, he came out from way off the pace. When he, you know, we'll have to see. I mean, he's going to have to keep the ball in the fairway. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. That the sand shot from 100 out, I mean, yesterday was just ridiculous. Ridiculous. I could do that. Give me 100 shots from there. Give me 100. I mean, it was like effortless. But the thing is, you know, you got to remember he grew up in that sand trap, right?
Right. How many has he hit out of that sand trap?
Well, not that one, but I mean sand trap in general. I mean, Phil Mickelson, if you have to look it up on YouTube sometime, but he has that sand shot where he's facing the other way with his back is to the pin, and he hits it out of the sand trap, and the ball goes over his shoulder and into the hole. I mean, that is, you know, that's his game.
Yeah.
That's his game. But anyway, speaking of games, we got 4 NBA games today. A lot of action here in the NBA, and you know, fans in the stands. We saw it in Brooklyn yesterday as the Nets came out and just busted up the Celtics in the second half. It was like Kevin Durant was so mad when they started the second half. Did you see that? He came out like before the rest of the team and was already practicing and shooting and everything. It was like, how could I be losing to these scrubs? I mean, that was the exact look on his face. It was like, I'm not losing to these scrubs, man. That ain't going to happen. And, yeah, pretty much the rest was history. By the end of the third quarter, it was pretty clear who was going to win that game. Celtics made a few runs, but I thought, any of those other games surprise you? I mean, we all had the Mavs, and then we took the Mavs money line, Rod and I did, in the points for the second half on the VIP show. Any surprises yesterday, Brian? Any of those games surprise you? There was really not.
Yeah, I would say the only game that surprised me was the Celtics. I won the other 3. So
I was 4-0 on the free picks with the NBA games.
As far as the premiums go, won both of those in the NBA. Just I get sick to my stomach when teams like the Brooklyn Nets win and cover. But today's a new day.
But that's professional sports these days. It's the rent a team, rent a player, build a team instantly. You know?
Yep.
Blake Griffin even looked like a viable option for a couple minutes there yesterday.
I thought the Blazers had a really nice fourth quarter. You know, finished the game out.
Nuggets.
Miami Heat looked strong.
I love the Nuggets strategy, the Blazers strategy there with Joker. I thought it was outstanding.
Yep.
If he's going to score, if he's going to score, just let him score. But it's like, don't let him pass the ball to anybody. It's like do whatever you want when you can take a shot, you can do whatever, but it's like, don't even think about passing it. Not gonna happen.
The Nuggets came out hot in the third quarter, and the Trailblazers just totally flipped the script right away. I was impressed by that.
I think the Nuggets, without Jamal Murray, this is where it really shows.
Yeah, the backcourt's really, really thin, but still, I think it's going to be a long series.
Yeah, Jamal Murray is.
By the Blazers.
He's. It's not like it's not like you're missing. Like we see in the comments of, they're missing this guy, missing that guy, whatever. Jamal Murray's. He's their second best player, if not. In some games he's their best player, right? So it's like, it's not like missing. Who knows? I thought it was interesting. The Celtics trying to guard James Harden. The way they're trying to guard him. It's just it didn't even make any sense. They just looked like they didn't want to win.
Well, kind of deflating when your coach is like, the other team's going to win. Got a little, there goes the balloon.
I think. Well, Murray made his name in the playoffs last year, and he wasn't that good in the regular season. But the thing is, there's been a lot of players throughout history that just really show up in the big games. And it's like, and those are the guys you want. Reggie Jackson wasn't Mr. August. He wasn't Mr. May.
No.
It's Mr. October. Anyways, Sixers, Wizards. I like the Wizards in that one. I think they got a chance to win this thing. I do. I don't know what it is. If not, they're going to lose by about 50. Got the Lakers and the Suns. Interesting, right? Because you got the most public team in all sports here against the Suns. And the Knicks against the Hawks. And like I was talking about before the show, I've been to Madison Square Garden for Knicks playoff games, and it is the most electric. It's more than boxing, I tell you, it was more than a Guns N' Roses concert. It's like, I've been to a million things in Madison Square Garden, and I gotta say, Knicks playoff games, the most electric atmosphere there. And I don't know, something about New York, they love the Knicks, man. They love the Knicks. Like, I think the Rangers, they you have a Ranger contingency. I think even the Giants and the Jets, I guess the Yankees they love, but they're still the Mets, but they love the Knicks, man. Freaking love. It's the weirdest. It's like this, They always have hope. And then
I still think New York is a basketball city.
It is a basketball city. It always will be a basketball city.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's weird because guys like Kareem, it's like. Talks about, this guy played on the Lakers, won $1 million championships at UCLA, but he's still considered a New York basketball player, right? It's like after all that, most of his career was many, many miles away, but he's still a New York basketball player. And there's a lot of guys like that. New York is a basketball town, and I think when you're in New York and you see the guys playing out in the parks and everywhere, just the strategic setups of where these games are taking place and the level of play. It is just a basketball town. They love the Knicks, man. They love them.
Very loyal.
And Utah Jazz against the Memphis Grizzlies. You got I think the best team in the NBA playoffs against the worst. I think the Grizzlies are the worst team to make the playoffs this season. Maybe in quite some time. The Grizzlies are like the Grizzlies are kind of like one of those college basketball teams that makes the tournament with a losing record. They're kind of like that. And I know the Wizards have a losing record, but I think they played better down the stretch than the Grizzlies.
The Eastern Conference has definitely put some bums in the recent years.
Grizzlies are better than the Celtics and the Wizards.
Grizzlies are terrible, man. Grizzlies are ass. Anyways, Brian, whose turn is it here?
Whoever you say.
Oh, did you go already?
Oh, no, I haven't gone. I was just waiting.
Go ahead.
I think the best free pick on the board is the under in the Hawks and Knicks game. I think you're going to see the first team to 100 take that game. You see a ton of public betting, as usual, on the over, both bets and money. I just think it easily lies right under. And then I'm going to do a slight lean to the Memphis Grizzlies plus the 9.5 points it's up to now. I think it's a 7-point win for the Jazz. Memphis 9-2 against the spread last 11 as a road dog. I think they can keep it within the number.
I would say that that game though, the Knicks Hawks, has the best potential to go to overtime of any of the games on today's card.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
That's why there's probably some overaction there because of that alone. I don't know if overtime's going to get it to the over. I mean, I can see this one, both teams under 100, too. So I kind of agree with Brian there. But I could also see this game going to overtime or multiples. This is a tight game. 4 and 5, they battled it out in the standings all season long.
Yeah, for me in this window, I'm going to take the Phoenix Suns. I'm going to lay the points against the Lakers. It's rare to see the Lakers as an underdog in a playoff game. But Phoenix is playing with a chip on its shoulder. Lakers are the favorite to win this series, and I don't think the Suns are going to be too happy about that. I don't expect them to be intimidated whatsoever in this series. We know the Lakers are not really the greatest Game 1 team. We saw them lose a few Game 1s last playoff run, and I think the Suns will at least take this first game, and this should be a very interesting series. I'll take the Suns. I'll lay the points. I also like the Utah Jazz against the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not as down on the Grizzlies as Mitch is, but I do think that the Grizzlies are nowhere near as talented as the Jazz are. And, playing those two playing games, just like the Celtics, or the Celtics only had to play one, but we saw that down the stretch, Celtics were not sharp. I think you're going to see the same thing with the Grizzlies, and that's why I like a backdoor cover from the Jazz, double-digit win from Utah in Game 1.
Yeah, the Grizzlies made me want to stop betting NBA basketball this season. That's really what they did. That game against the Knicks and the one against the Nuggets, I was like, I'm done betting NBA football.
How could that be? The Grizzlies are the fourth best cover team, I think, in the league this year against the spread. If you bet them every game, I think the number. So it wasn't the Grizzlies that turned you off.
Yeah, it was. Actually, it was, Brian. So it was my experience and my money, and it was definitely the Grizzlies. Trust me. The missing of the layups at the buzzer, the meltdown against the Knicks. I mean, the same meltdown that we saw last time out against the Warriors. They just happened to come out on the other side. But the Grizzlies have melted down lead after lead all season long. I mean, the Grizzlies, when you look at statistically, they're the worst team in the playoffs. I mean, I'm just going by the numbers. I don't know what their FIP is or any of those other advanced analytics that Romanelli likes to throw out at us to make us feel stupid. But he just does it to make us. He just does it to make me feel dumb. But I'll tell you what, they ranked 15th in offense, 16th in defense. You know what that is? Solid mediocrity. That is about as mediocre as it gets. I know the defensive numbers in the points per game certainly are very, very razor-thin margins across the league. But when you look at that three-point shooting against from the Grizzlies, just pathetic. I mean, just why bother even sticking your arms up? And that's why teams shoot the lights out from the free throw line from them, because they're always shooting three. I don't know. 36.7% of all three-pointers against the Grizz go in. Meanwhile, the Jazz shoot three-pointers at a tidy 38.9%. Smell smoke. Do you think that the offensive rebounding of the Jazz against that pathetic Memphis defensive rebounding? Bad matchup. Bad team. And it's not like the Grizzlies it's not like, the expectation should be that high. They drafted second 2 years ago. I mean, congratulations for making it to the playoffs in just 2 years. I mean, there are a million teams out there that would kill for that. I mean, look at the Timberwolves. They've been drafting first and second for Romanelli's entire life. Have you ever seen the Timberwolves in the playoffs? Not that you can remember, right? It's like, yeah.
Kevin Garnett, but I
been
wasn't watching.
Yeah, but they've been drafting really high. Rod?
For me, in the 76ers game, I like the under 227.5. I think that's just too many points. 76ers going to play a little defense. So are the Wizards. Come on, play some defense as well. So give me the under 227.5 in that one. And with the 13,000 Ruckus fans going to be in the stands in New York, I'm going to take the Knicks. I think they run right.
I've heard the number as high. I've heard the number as high as 15,000 plus.
Oh, they're going to sneak some more. Yeah, of course, because they say 13,000.
No, I've heard 15,000. When I was listening to the Yankee game yesterday out on the golf course, which I gotta say probably not that popular among my fellow golfers out there, but that's what I do.
And then the other one, I like the Memphis and the Jazz game to go over the number. The Grizzlies are over 4-0 in their last 4 playoff games as an underdog. And the Jazz are 4-1 their last 5 following an ATS win to the over. Then we got a track meet in that one. Take the over 217 in that one. Those are 3 I like in the NBA.
I like the Wizards plus the points. Sprinkle a little bit on the money line. And just in case.
What do you think about that, Brian?
What have you seen this season from the Wizards to get you to think that they could beat the Sixers outright in Philadelphia?
They played pretty well down the stretch. Played pretty well down the stretch and got blown out by really nobody except for that Celtics game, and that was it. We've seen that the Sixers in the playoffs are extremely lazy. I mean, we saw it last year when they got swept in the bubble, right? So
0.0% chance to win in Philly.
Okay, because the Sixers looked super lazy last year in the playoffs, and I just don't see anything else. You know, it's not like they went out and got somebody that's going to motivate them. It's not like they got Chris Paul, to come in there and hold people accountable. Take the Wizards. Anyways, Rod, what are you selling? Steak Sunday? Steak Taco Sunday?
For me, it's Supreme Sunday. I absolutely love Sunday's action. We're off 3 straight winning days. Having a great week. Up over 8K, crushing the books. Jump aboard. I've got these 5 best bets. 3 NBA, 1 MLB, 1 hockey. This is the perfect opportunity to keep crushing the books and riding the hot rod train right into Cashville. Jump aboard. My Supreme Sunday 5-pack.
Supremes. 12 number 1 singles for the Supremes. Name 4 number 1s. Ron Romanelli from the Supremes.
Do they sing "Stop in the Name of Love"? Is that one? Be My Baby. Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? That's the Shirelles, I think. I get my doo-wop girl bands mixed up.
Yeah, the big one is "Where Did Our Love Go?"
Oh yeah.
Baby,
I like the remix by
and Endless Love is up there, pretty good. Endless.
And what about Baby Love? Baby Love.
Yep.
Yeah. You try to get me, but I know my doo-wop. I'm the world's biggest Dupree's fan. But anyway, I'm selling my Super Sunday Trio. Swept the board on Friday. I said I was bored. I wanted to do it again. We did it again on Saturday. Back-to-back sweeps. We're going for 3 in a row. My top 3 plays, 1 in each of the 3 major sports, MLB, NHL, and NBA. Don't miss out. $29.95.
And Diana Ross can seriously sing. Ridiculous. Out of Motown, Supremes. Man. looking for a list of number one hits. Oh, well. I'll have to find it. Anyways. Brian, did you give
You can't hurry, love.
For me, I got 4 of the last 5 days have been winning days. 6-1 postseason NBA start, 86%. So get my NBA playoff 3-pack today, $40, pickdogs.com. We're going to roll in some cash. And if you're not a member of the YouTube Premium for $50 a month, got to check it out.
Baby Love, Where Did Our Love Go?
Oh, you did sing that.
Oh, Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Oh, I can't forget that one.
That could be the best. Endless Love, You Keep Me Hanging On. Man, Love Hangover. Oh. I Hear Symphony. Can't Hurry Love. Where Did Our Love Go? This is just baby, 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 where did I go? It's such happy music, right? Even though it's a breakup song. It's like, it's the happiest breakup song. Baby, baby, baby.
Who sings Tainted Love, the 80s song? A one-hit wonder, I think.
No, I don't think so. I think,
Well, they did at the end of that song, they did Where Did Our
Soft
Love Go?
Cell?
Yeah, Soft Cell. I love their version of Where Did Our Love Go? At the end of Tainted
I think
Love.
Soft Cell might be a one-hit wonder. But actually, they also have the 9-inch version of Tainted Love. So that would be 2 different versions of it. Which one do you have on your iPod? Or on your iTunes? It's like my iPod, right? I still have my iPod. But it's like, which one do you have on your iTunes? I got both. I got the 9-inch Tainted Love. I got the short version Tainted Love. I got them both. Name 6 Hall & Oates tunes on your iTunes. Private Eyes.
Maneater. The list goes on.
Everyone's got Hall & Oates. Comes standard on when you pick up your new iPhone. It's like, what is this? Oh, 6 Hall & Oates songs of your show. I have my biggest baseball card of the year. I don't even know how many picks I have. I got a ton. I love the entire card. And then I got NBA.
How many do you have?
I don't know. I can't even tell you. I had to get to the show, so I just put them all in one package. And so it's going to be a hell of a deal. I got a ton. Have not been on a good. See, this is what happened to me yesterday. Okay, it was one of those days where I put my picks in. We did the show, and I was kind of like, man, I wish I would have put these picks in. I didn't put them in. I bet them. I ended up going 0-3 on my premium picks, and I had plus money on my bankroll. So I was like, on my betting bankroll. So I was like, I'm gonna just put the picks in that I bet.
It says you have 8 today total.
There it is. 8, more than half the card.
I don't like even numbers unless they're all dogs.
Who knows? Ooh, it's got like a dizzy thing.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Don't fall off that chair.
Eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
Don't tell me what to do.
Eat a coffee crisp. How about that?
We got the Nationals and the Orioles. Boy, that Orioles bullpen just imploded on yesterday. We got the Yankees and the White Sox. The White Sox have scored 1 run so far this series. Got the Phillies and the Red Sox. Boy, it's been ugly in Philly this series. It's been ugly in Philly recently. Got the Blue Jays and the Rays. Michael Wacha out there. What's his advanced analytics look like?
Not too bad, actually, which was kind of surprising.
Well, that's maybe why you're still getting good prices against him. And Brian's boy, J Happ, on the mound. His game of the year loser. J Happ up against Zach Plesac in Cleveland. Brian, who do you like in this bunch of 5 games? J-Hap, a little J-Hap for you.
I could pick every single game on that card, but
go ahead.
I'm going to
We
try
got
to
time.
cut it down a little bit.
That's why we're here.
Number one, when I woke up this morning, I wasn't a big Yankees guy, but as this line's progressed and simmered, I think laying 150 and an easy blowout win is not going to be a problem for the Yankees. Baltimore Orioles, I'm backing them today. They've really hurt me for a couple, especially yesterday. But Corbin laying minus 185. Talk about Jameson Tyone, but Corbin, I don't know. I'm going to take a chance with Harvey to bounce back to the Orioles. And then the Phillies with Wheeler on the mound, the line's up about 20 cents. I think it's up 20 cents for a reason. I think the Phillies finally get a win today against the Red Sox.
Ron?
Yeah, I like 2 in this spot. I lean towards the Phillies. Not in love with that game, but Wheeler is definitely the better starter when it comes to this matchup with Eduardo Rodriguez. The Red Sox definitely have the better bats, but I do think Wheeler, he works deep into games, and that is what leads me to Phillies here. I think he can go 7 strong to where that Phillies bullpen doesn't have to do too much work. And then I also like the Blue Jays. I might have said that the Michael Wacha's advanced analytics aren't too shabby, but I've seen Michael Wacha pitch, and he's not sharp at all. Hyun-Jin Ryu is the much better starter. I think this is a game that the Blue Jays take after losing the first 2 of this series. So I'll take the Blue Jays, and because I don't want to really lay minus 160, I'll just take them on the run line to get some extra value. So I'll take Toronto laying the 1.5.
It's a value play. Rod.
For me, I'll take Boston here. Boston's 5-0 in their last 5 interleague games as a dog. They're 4-0 in their last 4 overall. And you look at the Phillies. Phillies are 0-4 in their last game 3 of the series. They're 0-4 in their last 4 interleague games. They're also 0-4 in their last 4 versus a team with a winning record. Give me the better team in the Boston Red Sox here to sweep the Phillies away. And that one. And the other one. How far did you go down to? I don't want to jump everybody's time slot.
Yankees, White Sox, Washington Nationals, Orioles, Rays, Jays, Phillies, Red Sox, Indians, Twinkies.
And the other one, I'm gonna take Matt Harvey with the Orioles here. I think they salvaged 1 win here in Washington. Give me Matt Harvey and the Orioles get a win. They jumped out to a nice lead and then they imploded. I think they don't implode today. Give me the Orioles.
Just want to let you guys know the Hawks line has moved through 0. Hawks are now 1-point favorite.
Interesting.
Not sure if there's an injury or instead of 15,000, they're going to let 13,000 fans.
I show some books have it there and some don't. I show it all over the place. I show it -0.5 for the Hawks. I show 0. I show whatever. I don't care. I think just so what? A lot of suckers out there. That's all it shows.
Trying to get some more on that side for sure.
I think we're gonna keep scores on the games that Brian says, about the sharp money or whatever. We're gonna show how much money he loses doing that. The sharper the play, it seems to be, the more he loses.
Well, you need to get out a little whiteboard like they do in another.
Yeah, I could do that and maybe get some post-it. I could get some post-it notes.
Post-it notes and stuff like that.
I could probably get student pricing. Romanelli probably gets student pricing and that sort of stuff.
Sure do.
But it's always eye-opening when a New York team gets their line lowered a little bit.
No, there's definitely something going on there. I think there might be some news, and I think the news is the Hawks. I think that they had some big injuries, and I think they have some guys that might be playing. I think that's really the news here, because like Hunter, right? He's been out for almost the whole season. He's got to be playing now, right? Guy from Virginia.
Yeah, but even if that is the situation, if you're comfortable with the amounts you got sitting on the New York Knicks, why would you have to lower it anymore?
I don't know, but a point or 1 point is not going to make a difference in my hand.
Yeah, that makes a difference on the money line.
Now it's moved like 3 points. I don't think Hunter would do that. But
+2 this morning when I looked at it.
Not seeing anybody out or anybody.
I'm telling you,
crazy.
instead of 15,000, it's going to be 10,000 fans.
They changed their mind.
No fans in the stands. Only Hawk fans.
I tell you, the Twins are tempting today.
Oh, no. Stay away. Run away.
I like the Blue Jays run line and the Indians run line here. Just go with the better teams. Why not? Nothing wrong with that. Go to our next set of games, and we've got the Reds and the Brewers. Luis Castillo coming off that massive strikeout performance. I watched that game, and he was striking out everybody. The problem was that the guys who wasn't striking out were knocking line drives off the wall on a regular basis. So it's like, because the announcer was saying, oh, he's turned the corner when he struck out the side in the first inning, and then the second inning, oh, he's really turning the corner. They knew he's just a pitch or two away, and it was like, no, this guy's a pitch or two away from a big number for the other team. And basically, that's what happened. But he had, how many strikeouts did he have? He had
11, I think, in 5 innings or 10 in 5
he
innings.
was mowing them down. I think he had 11. I think he had 7 in the first 3.
Yeah, he was definitely on fire. Let me see. I think he had... Yeah, 11 in 5 innings.
Yeah. He was on fire. Luis Castillo. We could bet against J-Hap again. Oh, Jordan Yamamoto's got a job. He's pitching with the Mets still. This guy.
Former team.
What's that?
He's facing his former team.
Yeah, he was the guy that came on the scene last year, pitched well his first time out, and then I guess someone saw the film, and that was it. One of those guys.
He was in the Braves game. That was 26 to whatever against the Marlins. Remember last year?
Yep.
He was the starter.
It's been a lot of guys like that. JT Brubaker looks to stop the bleeding in Atlanta against the well over bet Max Fried. And this guy gets like Kershaw in his prime type odds. Fried does, right? It's like these are priced. These are like Tim Lincecum, like in his Cy Young Award winning year, was never minus 210. Lincecum, the year he won the Cy Young, was minus 140 pitcher on his big ones. Most of the time, he was a dog.
Fried has been lights out last 3 starts. I think he's pitching 6 or 7 innings, giving up 1 run per start. And he's talented, so that would be probably why.
Looks a little frail to me. Anyways,
Look at that. Braves were laying 200 yesterday with that shit bag on the mound. What's his name?
Bryce Wilson.
Bryce Wilson.
If they can lay 200 with Wilson, they can lay 200 with Fried.
Yeah, but that was against Mitch Keller. Now you're facing their best starter.
I mean, if you're a minus 200 better like Brian, then these are things you notice. Anyways, Royals and Tigers. Chris Bubik against Casey Mize. Bubik minus 140 here. Royals, the Tigers, can you leave any more guys on base than they do? I mean, is it possible?
It's possible.
It's not even possible. It's like, with the Tigers, they're going to be down in the 9th inning and have guys all over the bases, and with 1 out, and 2 guys are going to strike out. I mean, that's pretty much what happens to them. If the one guy hits into a double play, they strike out. It seems to be that way often for them. Last night it was Castro with the. He sat there and took the first 2 pitches. They weren't like borderline strikes. These were like meatballs down the middle. And then he swings at one that's like, seriously. I think the peanut vendor caught it. They selling food at games? How does that work?
Yeah.
Concessions. In the stands or just at the concession stand?
That probably different each stadium.
Is there 6-foot spacing in the line? Because that could really be a long-ass line.
Why would they not sell food?
They probably have like the dots on the ground that tell you where to stand.
It's like look at the size of that beer line. It's like the longest beer line in history. You know who knows? You know who will know how long the beer line is? Is Jeter. Jeter always knows the beer line statistics. It's like how long is the beer line? It's like that's it's a big one. It's like where's the biggest beer line in a SEC football stadium? It's like wow. I guess a lot of those state schools, right? They don't sell beer at the games. They sell beer at Florida games? No, right?
I think they do.
They do now?
Yeah.
A lot of state schools, they don't sell beer at the games. I know when I was in college, like people at our school, they sold beer at games. And the drink age was 18 back then. Yep. Those were the good old days. We drank responsibly.
Play the laugh track.
Sorry. The Tim Hortons donut place is full.
At those,
look at all the cops there. They're all there. We can go now. Go, go.
Now, is Brian anyone you like in this set besides the Braves?
Yeah, for me, I think I'm going to go with Brubaker and the Pirates to bounce back. That's just too much value for me to turn down there. Lions really jetting up. It worries me a little bit, but I think that the value play. And the Detroit Tigers is the best one in that time slot. You got Casey Mize, 4 straight strong starts. I think the Tigers handle Booby and the Royals pretty easily.
I'm going to have to go against my Senor Square. And I'm going to take the Braves on the run line. Took them yesterday. A nice 5-run win, and I think they are going to complete the series. The offense is just firing on all cylinders. Acuna and Albies really excelling at the plate. So I like the Braves laying the 1.5. I also like the Detroit Tigers. Probably one of my better or most confident free picks. Casey Mize, it's what Casey Mize are we going to get? The sharp one that goes 6 innings, doesn't give up too many hits, strikes out a ton, or are we going to get the guy who has location issues? I think we're going to see the former today. I think you're getting good value with the Tigers. They are getting a lot of runners on base, like Mitch mentioned. They just got to get them in. They scored 5 runs yesterday, had bases loaded in the 9th inning. I think they're just getting too much value to pass up. I'll take the Tigers on the money line.
Yep, we know they had bases loaded in the 9th inning. Struck out. Rod?
So for me in this time slot, I like the Pirates and the Braves to go under the 8.5. I think you got a nice pitcher's deal on that one. I believe they just snuck under yesterday. I think they sneak under it again. Give me the under 8.5 in that one. In the Royals and Tigers game, I think we're going to see a whole pile of runs in that one. Give me the over 9. Bring your glove to the ballpark. Whole pile of runs in that one. Love the over 9. The 2 I like in that time slot.
I like the Marlins here. Petit against Yamamoto. And I like the under in the Reds Brewers game. I like, that's it. I like the Indians again against the Twins, even though it's not in this time slot. Bet it again. J-Hap stinks. How many runs has he given up in his last 2 starts? 40?
39.
39.
Let's see.
Something like
15 in the last 15 runs in the last 7 innings.
that. Yep, there you go.
All earned.
Game of the year. Never going to let you live that one down. We got Fultonevich against Javier in the Rangers-Astros game. Got John Gray and Taylor Widener on the D-backs Rockies. Urias against DeSclafani, Giants-Dodgers. Yu Darvish against Justin Dunn. Pitching change for Kikuchi. Right? No, I still see Kikuchi on one. I see Dunn on the other. The hell knows who's pitching. Dylan Bundy serving up for the Angels today. And Sean Manayo's been hit pretty hard recently, too. And in the nightcap, Adam Wainwright against Zach Davies in St. Louis. Rod, who do you like in these?
In these ones, I'm going to take the square fish patty with the Dodgers and over the Giants. I'm going to take them on the run line. I think they usually win by 2-3 runs in that one. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm going to take the Oakland on the run line again. They won the last 2 by the run line over the Angels. I don't see that changing here. Give me Oakland on the run line. And the other one I like, the Padres and the Mariners. It don't matter who's pitching for the Mariners until we see this Mariners offense wake up. You got to score runs to win games, and they're definitely having trouble doing that. So give me the Padres on the run line in that one. Oh, I like that.
Ron Romanelli.
I'm going to go ahead and take the over in the Diamondbacks and Rockies game. We see a lot of steep totals in Coors Field games. This one's set at 11.5. John Gray on the mound for the Rockies. Started the season strong, but as of late has not looked as strong for Colorado. He allowed 5 earned on a home run, 7 runs total on 10 hits against the Padres in his last outing. Taylor Widener, his ERA may look sharp, but if you look at the advanced analytics, they show that he's given up too many walks to succeed in the league, and he gave up 3 home runs in his last start on 4 earned. I think this game's going to go well over the total, so I'll take the over in that one.
Diamondbacks are the Sacramento Kings of Major League Baseball. They have been for a number of years. They can win or lose 20 in a row, no problem. They do it all the time. Last year, I think they had the longest, not last 60-game season, but last time they had a regular season, I believe they had the longest winning streak and the longest losing streak in baseball. I think they had won 20 in a row, and I think they also lost 20 in a row. Same season. I think they lost 20 in a row twice. Brian?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go over the Cubs-Cardinals in the VIP show later today, see how that line and the money moves during the day. I like the San Francisco Giants in the lean. The line doesn't really say Giants, but I can't see the Giants getting swept out here. DeScalani on the mound. He's had a very good season, almost a under 2 ERA. And then I think the Rangers might be one of the sharpest plays on the board. 2 straight wins. They hate the Houston Astros. Fultonevich on the mound. He's no ace, but I just think the money here talks and yells at you to take the Texas Rangers, so I'm going to listen.
I like the Astros. I like the Mariners, and I'll talk about the Cardinals Cubs on the VIP show with Brian. This is a little light on material. Which will be halftime of the. It'll be halftime of the Lakers Suns game. Is when we're doing the VIP show, which should be around 5 Eastern, right?
Yeah, should break around 5.
Should be right around 5 o'clock Eastern time.
Pretty close.
Pretty close to it. Speaking of pretty close.
Barring any fights or elbows or technical fouls, which might happen in some of these hockey games.
Well, I'll tell you what happened yesterday in the hockey games is I should have round robin my parlay because I hit 2 nice ones and I lost on the Montreal Canadiens. Anyways, the worst name in all sports, Nashville Predators up against the Hurricane. St. Louis Blues, 2-1 on your money at home against the Avalanche. Even money, they're even at home. The Avs 18-9. Wow. I tell you what, there's some value there. Definitely some value there. It's like they weren't so miserable on the puck line. Could even go there for some hot diggity, but I don't see it. Anyways, Capitals hosting the Bruins and the Jets against Edmonton. once again, a lot of these will be covered on the VIP because of the logistics of things. But we could still give out like a total or a side or whatever. It doesn't really matter. We'll have plenty to work with. We always do. Ron, you want to start us with the pucks?
Sure.
Light the lamp. Drop the puck.
Yeah, I'm going to drop the puck here, and I'm going to take the Carolina Hurricanes. I have a feeling they're going to take the stranglehold on the series. You know, Nashville's a tough place to play, and they did pick up the W on the first home game. But just think Carolina's more built defensively. They do have a lot more scoring options as well, and I think we'll see a strong showing from the Hurricanes on the road here to Nedeljkovic and net. So I'll take Carolina, and I'll talk about that Bruins-Capitals game on the VIP show as far as the side. But as far as the total, I'm going to keep going with the under here. Got two defensive teams. The Bruins are finding success because they're playing defensive hockey. Capitals really don't have any answers as of late, and I think we see another under in the series. So I'll take the under in that one.
Rod?
And for me, I'm going to take the Colorado Avalanche on the puck line. They've won the first 3 games on the puck line, and the Blues, they're going to fold like a cheap tent. Give me the Colorado Avalanche on the puck line. Bring out the brooms. Blues are done. They're going golfing. Injuries and guys out with COVID, it's just too much. They've packed it in. Game over.
So you kind of like the Blues here is what you're saying.
No.
It's a lean.
Not even close. Take the Avalanche on the puck line. The Blues are done. Put a fork in them.
So you think they have a pretty solid chance here based on the value?
Based on value, that's some good value, but I'll take the value with the Avs.
What about the money move?
I don't care. I don't care. It's been that way the whole series, and all 3 games have hit the puck line. So we're going to take the Avs on the puck line in that one. And the Hurricanes and the Predators, we're going to take over the 5.5 goals. We got a nice plus money chunk on that one. Everybody thinks you're going to have it could be a tight feel-em-out game. We're going to see goals. Goals of plenty. Lots of goals in that one. Take the over 5.5. I think that's just a nice little cakewalk to the over in that one. And the other 2 games, we will cover on the VIP. Dialed in on those ones. I'm loving those 2 games as well. Jump aboard.
I flipped the lucky penny. It said Blues.
Was on the Blues? The lucky penny?
No, you should be good then, Ron.
God, the autofocus really is.
I should be good then, right?
Brian loves the lucky penny.
For me and my hockey plays, I think I might have to throw Ron Romanelli out of the Sharks club. I'm going to give him another chance here, but I'm all over the Nashville Predators again. Cash, but got lucky, won in double overtime, but I think the Predators bring the same kind of desire into this must-win game. They take it. I can't say no to that plus 125, especially with everybody humping all over Carolina, both money and bets. So.
Everybody's humping.
Everyone and their mama has the Hurricanes and the Avalanche today.
Nobody. Everybody.
Even Romanelli got hornswoggled.
If everyone else was jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you? Anyways, I flipped lucky penny on that Blues Avalanche game, and I always go with the lucky penny, so I got the Blues. We'll talk about that one. Maybe we might have an intermission show on that one on the VIP too.
Yeah.
Do some in-game hockey betting. I'll even have to put it on my TV. I don't even know what channel it's on. It's like
NBC Sports
the least entertaining game on the card is that.
of the off channels. Right, of the off sports channels, I'd say that one, the NBC Sportsnet, ranks probably the lowest, right, of those, right? Because Fox does a really nice job, and CBS, but the NBC one kind of gets buried, even though it's right in the middle.
Well, it's gone after this year anyway.
Oh, is it? What is it? What's it become? Nothing?
I think nothing, but the NHL signed a deal with the ESPN, so it'll be more ESPN games for the NHL.
Does Darren Pang come with? Does he still call the games? Darren Pang? He doesn't call the NHL games?
Not that I know of.
No? Rod? Darren Pang?
Does he still play?
No, does he call the games? Isn't he the guy that calls the games?
I think so.
Who's the announcer that used to call the Blackhawks playoff games when they were back on ESPN? Like when they had Bannerman. Bannerman! Who was that? You gotta Google this one, Romanelli, on YouTube.
Okay.
Bannerman saves, and listen to the calls on these. Bannerman! It was amazing. Guy used to stand on his head. All right, parlay time. Rod, get us started.
All right, we're gonna go mixed sport. We're gonna go the New York Knicks. Take them on the money line. We'll take the Dodgers on the run line, and we'll take the Colorado Avalanche on the run line, on the puck line. Parlay those up.
Ron?
I'm going to take the Phoenix Suns laying the points. I'll take the Detroit Tigers on the money line and the over in the Arizona Diamondbacks Colorado Rockies game.
Brian?
Atlanta Hawks under the number against the New York Knicks. We got the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Yankees on the money line. Parlay those three up.
All right. I'll take the Wizards on the money line with the Mariners and the Astros on the run line. There we go. Okay, recap time. Okay, Rod, you go first.
All right, NBA. We're taking the 76ers under 227.5. Take the Knicks on the money line. Take the Jazz over 217. MLB. Take the Dodgers on the run line. Oakland on the run line. Padres on the run line. Boston money line. Take the Royals game over. Take the Braves game under. NHL. I'm going to take the Avs on the puck line. Take the Hurricanes game over 5.5. My parlay. We're going to take Knicks on the money line. Dodgers on the run line. Colorado Avalanche on the puck line. And jump on over to Pick Dogs Premium. Going for 4 winning days in a row. Grab my Supreme Sunday 5-pack. Big winning day coming again.
Ron Romanelli.
Alrighty, in the NBA, I'm taking the Phoenix Suns laying the points and the Utah Jazz laying the points as well. I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays and Atlanta Braves on the run line. And I'm taking the Philadelphia Phillies and Detroit Tigers on the money line, as well as the over in that Diamondbacks-Rockies game. In the National Hockey League, I like the Hurricanes on the money line and the under in the Bruins-Capitals game. My parlay is the Suns, the Tigers, and the over in the D-backs-Rockies. And I'm looking to make it 3 sweeps in a row, 6-0 my last 2 days. Super Sunday Trio. Find it on Pick Dogs Premium.
Brian?
Yeah, for me, in my games today in the NBA, Atlanta Hawks, New York Knicks under the number. We had the Memphis Grizzlies slight lane plus the 9.5 points. Phillies on the money line, Yankees on the money line, Orioles on the money line, Tigers on the money line, Pirates on the money line, Rangers on the I said Rangers. I'm sorry, Giants on the money line, and then in hockey, Nashville Predators on the money line. My parlay was the under in the Atlanta Hawks game, teamed up with the Phillies and the Yankees.
2, 1,
on the money line, and then make sure you check out my NBA Golden Ticket 3-pack, 6-1 start to the NBA. We're going to get that up to 9-1 today. Check it out.
Sorry, just deleting somebody from our YouTube chat. All right, I took the Wizards plus the points. I also like them on the money line, a little sprinkle there. St. Louis Blues, that was the lucky penny pick, that, not me. If it wins, it was my pick. If it loses, it was the lucky penny. I took the Blue Jays, the Indians, the Marlins, the under in the Reds game, the Mariners, and the Astros on the run line. And my parlay was the Astros on the run line with the Wizards and the Blues. I want to thank everyone out there for joining us. And, of course, for all of your support, for hitting the thumbs up, for all that you do. Let's make it a winning day. And I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. We got a small card, so I got a good shot at it. See you tomorrow. Thank you for all the thumbs up. For those of you that didn't hit the thumbs up, give it the dirty look. Stink eye.